Hello and welcome back to World of Warcraft Leveling Legacy. Today we're gonna continue off with Orcus, the mighty orky cookie guy. We're here on a Purgation Isle, sorry. We're doing the Road to Purgation quest, helping this guy take care of a couple of NPCs that we met in the last episode. This place is dark, foreboding. It smells of piss and fur. There are definitely Worgen here, and very likely dwarves. They made a mistake by not killing me when they had the chance. Perhaps they thought Orcus would drown. Ha! Now they will pay the price for their carelessness. You and I will tear this island apart, Bulwark. They will never expect this. Once all their soldiers are dead, we will confront the leaders. Be on the lookout for attack plans. If we can get our hands on the plans, we will be able to put a stop to their whole invasion. Let's go, Bulwark. I am sorry that I just called you puny, Bulwark. Did you call me puny? Oh, he's telling a story here, by the way. It's down here in the chat box about how he met Kasha. Sorry. I found Kasha in Icecrown. She was injured and dying. I managed to carry her back to the Shadow Vault. What? Where the Death Knights helped nurse her back to health. We are now best friends. Garrosh Hellscream, Great War Chief or Greatest War Chief? Whoa. Okay, so here we go. We have some... This island used to be haunted by some ghosts and stuff, and now there's just regular Worgen here, apparently. So we are now past the area in which I stopped last year. Finally, feels great to be back. And to slaying Worgen, foul beasts of the pack. Let's take him down. Selling the tail again. This guy's just a one-note tail, isn't he? Okay.
Blood and thunder.
Let's try to spread like our kills evenly among the dwarves and the Worgen. So these dwarves, by the way, they are the Stormpike dwarves. They are the ones that we meet in WOTLK Valley, the dwarves that have settled in WOTLK Mountains, the Stormpike ones. And they're not officially like one of the big families of the dwarves. Honestly, they have like Vandar Stormpike or something. That's the leader. He's the boss in WOTLK Valley. The Alliance boss, that is. But the dwarven families, they're usually just the Dark Iron dwarves, as you know. They are the evil dwarves that we kind of gained they're kind of good guys now, by the fact that Moira, the daughter of Magni, is currently in the Council of Three Hammers, which is in Ironforge right now, leading the dwarves. And they have one representative of each of the clans, the leading clans. So that's the Wild Hammers. I kind of went over this when I did the dwarf starting area. We have the Dark Iron, we have the Wild Hammers, and we have the Bronzebeard, the mountain dwarves of Ironforge. Okay, so we got the quest done. Look upon the carnage, Bulwark. You and I will make quite the team. Thank you. Stop calling me puny then. Okay, so we decided to just change into another phase, apparently. Did this area phase out? I'm not sure if it did. I think it did. The mobs are gone anyway, so maybe we entered a phase. That's interesting. Now to find their battle plans and take out their leaders. Should we succeed, there is an orc high warlord who served in the war in Silverpine that is now stationed at Tarren Mill, located in the heart of Hillsbrad. He will grant both of us commendations for this. We'll be heroes of the Horde. Onward, together we'll defeat the Alliance filth. So if you remember from back in Silverpine, we met this orc war leader who was back and kind of being I guess, liaison of Garrosh, looking over what Sylvanas was doing. And he's over in... Oh. These guys aren't attacking me? That's strange. Why are you standing down there? Something wrong? Am I being disconnected? This seems very strange. Let's try to go up here. Getting actually to kill these guys. What are you doing, Orcus? What is going on? Are you just talking to yourself? Come on. Yeah. There's no getting away this time, Orc. We've sung your last Loktar. Come on. I don't think this is how it's supposed to be, honestly. So here we have Here we have Belinda. She's like one of the bosses in at Stonehearth for the Alliance. And then we have Vandar here, who is the final boss. And they're pretty important characters, honestly, for Altrock Valley. I guess you need to talk to him first. Is that why?
Strength and honor.
Yeah, there we go. That's very strange that we can actually go up to them and start hitting them and then go back to him. Okay. Are you ready? You have to act quickly, Bulwark. I do not know how long I can hold them off. Hold them all off, or get the plans and get out. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Honor.
Okay, let's use him as decoy and start to steal it. Oh, he one-shot her. We got the battle plans. Let's see how he fares. Kasha, get him! Fly away! Oh my god, he's sacrificing himself. Forget about me, Kasha! Oh. Did we get the mount? Did we get the mount, Orcus? How is he doing? I guess he's being killed. Oh, he's getting on? I thought you were going to be a noble dude. I'm just flying away. Still the battle plans. That was nice, though.
Kasha, you came back for me.
Oh, I wish the dragon could speak back. Then we could have a romantic scene between Orc and Frostworm. You are the best friends that Orcus has ever had, Bulwark. I never knew anyone like you. You saved me, Bulwark. More than once. I know it's selfish, but I have something to ask of you. Please take care of Kasha. Make sure she finds a cold place to live. Somewhere safe. R.I.P. Question mark? Let's see what happens. So, apparently we got a new Frostworm, guys. You can fly around on this thing. It's gonna be awesome. Let's get off. Oh, here he is.
Gosh. What happened? What have you got in your hands there?
He reads the Alliance battle plans.
He died to get this here.
That's a terrible voice. He lifts Orcus' lifeless body up.
Do not mourn, Orcus. He died with honor, with pride. He died a hero of the Horde. From Lordaeron to Kalimdor, they will know his name, and they will sing songs of glory, praising the fallen champion of the Horde. Know that what you did will save hundreds, maybe thousands of lives. You're also a true hero of the Horde, Bulwark. Thank you for the recognition. Finally, we are a true hero of the Horde. That's the end of the Let's Play, guys. We made it to Tarren Mill. Sorry, I'm gonna end it here, but oh my god, phasing. That was a bit jarring. But anyway, we made it here to Tarren Mill. As you can see, this place used to be a pretty nice town. And we might be able to see what it looked like previously pretty soon, which is cool. We remember this guy. No idea who this lady is. Hello.
What will you require? I'm listening.
Yeah, she's listening apparently. She has ears. That's nice. He looks somber. Yeah, gonna give him the battle plans.
He will be honored as a hero of the Horde, just as he always hoped. What you and Orcus did will save hundreds of lives and ensure that our foothold in Hillsbrad is not lost.
Thank you.
I will study the Stormpike battle plans and prepare for an assault. I need you to go to Altrock Valley and enlist the aid of the Frostwolf clan, the very clan of our former war chief Thrall. They will help us battle the Stormpike dwarves. Together we will crush the invaders and see them driven out of Lordaeron for good. Go now, Bulwark. Altrock Valley is northeast of Tarren Mill. Find Voga, Deathgrip, and tell him that the Horde requires the aid of the Frostwolf. Loktar.
Strength.
So now we're actually getting into some really interesting lore characters. So the Frostwolf clan, back to Altrock Valley, the battleground. The Horde are playing on the team of the Frostwolves, while the Alliance are playing on the team of the Stormpike Dwarves. And these guys are fighting in the mountains of Alterac, which has been removed as a zone right now. We're going up there now, and the Frostwolf, of course, the Frostwolf clan was the one that Thrall was a part of. Durotan being the leader of the... sorry, was it Durotan? Yeah, Durotan being the leader of the Frostwolf We meet these guys back in Warlords of Draenor. When we go back in time, we go here to Frostfire Ridge, where we meet the Frost Wolves, and they become very prominent as an orc clan. That's pretty cool. So we're gonna. What happened was that when the orcs came to, they were summoned by Gul'dan into Azeroth, the Frost Wolves eventually settled up here in the mountains after everything went wrong during the Second War. So they kind of just ventured off into the icy hills of WOTLK because they were familiar with like living in ice because they used to live in Frostfire Ridge. So yeah, I guess they like the climate. So let's talk to Krusk. If you want to know more about the Frost Wolves, we'll learn more about them when we get to Warlords of Draenor. There's also quite a bit of information about Hillsbrad and the Frost Wolves in the novel Thrall, which is pretty cool. I think it's the first. Is it the first war chief? No. The name escapes me, but the book about the Thrall and how he escaped Durnhold Keep. We'll also see more to that. Durnhold Keep is here in Hillsbrad. Getting ahead of myself. Let's talk to this guy. This is Krusk, East Point Tower. Our outpost in the southeast is having some problems. I don't have any details other than, well, let me just read from the latest letter. The orcs have grown petulant. Send help or I will have them beaten with reeds. Oof. That's it. I was sent from our chief philosopher, Nils Beerut. Yeah. I have no idea what that means either. Could you please head to East Point Tower and find out what he needs? I can't take any more of these cryptic letters. I want to know what a philosopher is. Just head south and then follow the road east. So that's going to be cool. We're going to find out what that is. Let's head over here. Do we have any mail? No, we do not. That's probably
I'm listening.
Just as well. Try to get rid of this. We did gain some new items though. We got a new chest, which is nice. Don't have to. Oh, it's matching our blue pants. Wow. Do we get blue shoes as well? Oh my god, we got blue shoes. My blue suede shoes. Oh, sweet.
Embrace the shadow.
We should probably. We have like two 6-slot bags. Just buy 2 more. Right? That's a good. Oh, let's buy a 10-slot. Let's buy just 2 of them.
Do not see.
They're not really good value for money, honest. Money? Not good value for money. But I don't really want to go and buy stuff on the auction house right now. Kind of want to be self-sufficient.
The eternal sun guides
Oh my god, why am I so huge? Blessed by the light, I need your help. On my way to Hillsbrad, I noticed several families of adorable little deer. As I went out to pet one of the little fawns, a ravenous mountain cat leapt out and killed it. I fled to Tarren Mill and sought to solve the plight of the hill fawn. Now, after many days of tinkering, I have created the hill fawn's salvation. Take my wand into the fields to the west and use it to empower the wee little fawns, the wee hill fawns. Once empowered, they will be able to fend them for themselves.
Remember
so we're going to buff some fawns and make them killing monsters, apparently. That's going to be fun. Let's get the flight path. Can we fly to Undercity from here? I guess we can. In the last episode, we also gained some better reputation here with Undercity, which is very nice. We're now honored with them, so we have better. We're more familiar with Undercity now than we are in Silvermoon City, which is cool. We're more renowned there. And this guy is Keeper Belvaril. He's giving us the heart of the matter. The Magus has been idle for far too long, and an idle Magus often leads to poorly thought out schemes. Yeah, we know that. This time I am charged with collecting various beast organs in order to power some type of control rod. Another rod? Helkular first, now this guy. I am far too frail to go out hunting beasts, especially yetis. Perhaps if I were to offer you a reward of some kind, you would do it. All I need for you is to head west to the Yeti caves and kill the yetis. Rip their still beating hearts from their chests and bring them back here. Okay, so we're gonna kill those guys. Those yeti. I guess yeti is yeti in plural as well. So as you can see, we just arrived here. This is something that I kind of mentioned back in Leveling Legacy Season 1. That when you get to a new zone, or in like, not especially in this zone, but when you get to a new hub like this, you always get like some of these to like kind of ease you into the larger quest at the beginning, and then at the end you kind of have this climactic one, like we just had with Orcus, where something kind of cool happens at the end. So they kind of build things up. This is Humbert's personal problems. So this is pretty embarrassing. Where to begin? Well, you see, Melisandre sent me to investigate the Yeti menace in the nearby caves west of here. It was getting late, and my armor was weighing heavily on me. I took my gear off and decided to take a stroll. Yes, I went for a walk. Anyway, when I returned, I discovered that my gear had been stolen. It was the Yetis, I'm sure of it. They took my pants, my sword, and helm, and ran off into their cave. Give the bag for me, and I will reward you.
Watch your back.
Why is he? Is his underwear? Okay, we got a book here as well. We'll take a look at that book afterwards. That's the Alliance of Lordaeron. That's very cool. We might save that until the next episode. Just
what now?
Starting out off with a bit of a lore dump, or we might take it now. Anyway, this NPC is pretty cool. Not the Death Guard, but Yetimus, the Yeti Lord. Very creative name, these Yetis. For years, the mountain Yeti of this region have been allowed to free reign. Our complacency in dealing with the Yeti menace has resulted in an aberration. Yetimus, Lord of all Yetis, has grown to a size and strength that our guard simply cannot handle. We fear that should his appetite lead him near Tarren Mill, he would devour us all. Gather a party of suitable adventurers and dispatch the beast. He roams the countryside to the west. Bring me one of his horns and I'll reward you handsomely. So that's an group quest. Suggested players 3, and we get the Yetimus Maximus hammer. That's pretty cool. We're going to solo that one, of course, because we are very overpowered. I think we'll be able to take him on. Here we have Derek Nightfall, who's the chef, the cook. Sell some stuff here first. No, I guess
trust no one.
He has a quest for us. Stag witches.
Ever had a stag witch? Me neither. Apparently they're delicious. Now, I'm not one for eating, but I am a businessman. If my customers want stag witches, who am I to argue? You're probably asking yourself, what does this have to do with me? I'll tell you what, warrior. I need a stag meat. You get me stag meat from the stags of Hillsbrad, and I will pay you. Sounds like a good deal, doesn't it? Get going. Stags are most plentiful to the west. Everything we're going to kill now is to the west, except for that quest for the Silomancer guy. He's to the east, as you can see down there. So right now we're going to do these quests. All are very neatly tucked here to the left, to the west, sorry, near Yeti Hill here. Very, very convenient, and I love how they kind of put things together. And when we do all this and turn them in, we're going to get a big experience boost. It's going to be fun. Then we also have the Frost Wolf going to take us up into the mountains, and we have this one down here at East Point Tower going it down towards Durnhall Keep and the Arathi Highlands. So we're going to do these in a different order, and we'll see how this fares. But first, now, we're going to go up and take a look at the book at the top. If you want to stay tuned and, oh my god, if you don't want a lore dump at the end of the video, then you can go ahead and skip to the next one, and I'll see you there. If you want a little story here, let's take how long is this? Yeah, if you want to stay tuned for some reading, then I suggest that you stay here. If not, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. Okay, this is a pretty great story. This is the story of the Second War, the Alliance of Lordaeron, and it's kind of like a summary of what happens after the Warcraft movie, I think. Yeah, this is basically a summary of that, and it's covered in, I think, I haven't read that yet, but in the second Chronicle, Volume 2. Warcraft Chronicle, and also in one of the novels, the Second War novel, Tides of War, I think it's called. Anyway, let's calm down and go through the story. Lord Lothar, this is the Alliance of Lordaeron. Lord Lothar rallied the remnants of Azeroth's armies after the defeat at Stormwind Keep, and then launched a massive exodus across the sea to the northern kingdom of Lordaeron. Convinced that the Horde would overcome all of humanity if left unchecked, the leaders of the 7 human nations met and agreed to unite in what would become known as the Alliance of Lordaeron. For the first time in nearly 3,000 years, the disparate nations of Arathor were once again united under a common banner. Appointed as supreme commander of the Alliance forces, Lord Lothar prepared his armies for the coming of the Horde. Aided by his lieutenants Uther the Lightbringer, Admiral Dalen Proudmoore, and Turalion, Lothar was able to convince Lordaeron's demi-human races of the impending threat as well. The Alliance succeeded in gaining the support of the stoic dwarves of Ironforge and a small number of high elves of Quel'Thalas. The elves, led at the time by Anasterian Sunstrider, were largely uninterested in the coming conflict. However, they were duty-bound to aid Lothar because he was the last descendant of the Arathi bloodline, which had aided the elves in ages past. The Horde,
now led by Warchief Doomhammer, brought in ogres from its homeworld of Draenor and conscripted the disenfranchised Amani forest trolls into the fold, setting out on a massive campaign to overrun the dwarf kingdom of Khaz-Modan and the southern reaches of Lordaeron. The horde effortlessly decimated all opposition. The epic battles of the Second War ranged from large-scale naval skirmishes to massive aerial dogfights. Somehow the horde had unearthed a powerful artifact known as the Demon Soul, and used it to enslave the ancient dragon queen Alexstrasza. Threatening to destroy her precious eggs, the horde forced Alexstrasza to send her grown children to war. The noble red dragons were forced to fight for the horde, and fight they did. The war raged across the continents of Khaz-Modan, Lordaeron, and Azeroth itself. As part of its northern campaign, the horde succeeded in burning down the borderlands of Quel'Thalas, thereby ensuring the elves' final commitment to the Alliance cause. The greater cities and townships of Lordaeron were razed and devastated by the conflict. Despite the absence of reinforcements and overwhelming odds, Lothar and his allies succeeded in holding their enemies at bay. However, during the final days of the Second War, as the Horde's victory of the Alliance seemed almost assured, a terrible feud erupted between the two most powerful orcs on Azeroth. As Doomhammer prepared his final assault against the capital city of Lordaeron, an assault that would have crushed the last remnants of the Alliance, Gul'dan and his followers abandoned their posts and set out to sea. The bewildered Doomhammer, having lost nearly half of his standing forces to Gul'dan's treachery, was forced to pull back and forsake his greatest chance at victory over the Alliance. The power-hungry Gul'dan, obsessed with obtaining the godhood itself, set out on a desperate search for the undersea tomb of Sargeras that he believed held the secret to ultimate power. Having already doomed his fellow orcs to become the slaves of the Burning Legion, Gul'dan thought nothing of his supposed duty to Doomhammer. Backed by the Stormreaver and Twilight Hammer clans, Gul'dan succeeded in raising the tomb of Sargeras from the sea floor. However, when he opened the ancient flooded vault, he found only crazed demons waiting for him. Seeking to punish the wayward orcs for their costly betrayal, Doomhammer sent his forces to kill Gul'dan and bring the renegades back into the fold. For his recklessness, Gul'dan was torn apart by the maddening demons he had set loose. With their leader dead, the renegade clans quickly fell before Doomhammer's enraged legions. Though the rebellion had been quelled, the Horde was unable to recoup their terrible losses it had suffered. Gul'dan's betrayal had afforded the Alliance not only hope, but also time to regroup and retaliate. Lord Lothar, seeing that the Horde was fractured from within, gathered the last of his forces and pushed Doomhammer south, back into the shattered heartland of Stormwind. There, the Alliance forces trapped the retreating Horde within the volcanic fortress of Blackrock Spire. Though Lord Lothar fell in battle at the spire's base, his lieutenant, Turalyon, rallied the Alliance forces at the 11th hour and drove the Horde back into the abysmal Swamp of Sorrows. Turalyon's forces succeeded in destroying the Dark Portal, the mystical gateway that connected the orcs to their homeworld of Draenor. Cut off from its reinforcements and fractured by infighting, the Horde finally buckled in upon itself and fell before the might of the Alliance. The scattered orc clans were quickly rounded up and placed within guarded internment camps. Though it seemed that the Horde had been defeated for good, some remained highly skeptical that peace would last. Khadgar, now an archmage of some renown, convinced the Alliance High Command to build the fortress of Nethergard that would watch over the ruins of Dark Portal and ensure that that there would never be no further invasion from Draenor. So that's a really cool story. Let's just recoup some of the things that happened there. It's basically a summary of what happens during the entire novel, which is pretty cool. What actually happens after is that Khadgar and Delaria Windrunner and Turalyon, they go into the Dark Portal and follow the orcs down there through the Dark Portal, as it's called. It's the expansion to Warcraft 2. And they kind of defeat Ner'zhul and make him the Lich King. He becomes the Lich King by his own merits, not by their merits. And that's a long story. And they basically just shut the orcs off from Draenor, from Outland. It's been destroyed by the magic of Gul'dan and Ner'zhul, by the portals. And it's pretty cool. And the Frostwolf orcs and stuff, they basically were remnants that were they broke off from the Horde armies. And when they were defeated like this, Doomhammer fell in the Burning Steppes near Burning Spire. There's a statue there, you can go and see it actually, down here. which is very cool, down in the Burning Steppes. It's right there. And it's a statue of Turalyon right there, just representing him after he fell in battle. But he didn't fall, of course. He is with us now. He was gone with Valeria Windrunner, and now he's back on Argus, apparently, ready to fight with us in the next patch, which is going to be awesome. And Khadgar, we know that guy. We've seen Gul'dan, so we kind of know all these characters from the last expansions, which is very nice, as they kind of introduced us to like this story is so cool. This is so awesome. Anything else? We mentioned some of the guys that were kind of like the lieutenants of Lothar, and those lieutenants were Uther. We have Turalyon, and we had some other. What was it here? Let's see here. Turalyon, Lothar, and Dalian Proudmoore. That Dalian Proudmoore, he's pretty important. I think he's the father of Jaina, and Jaina might be coming back in the next expansion, so that's pretty cool. We'll see more to the Proudmoores. We haven't seen any of the Proudmoores at all. I think since Vanilla, they haven't done anything, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, we also heard about Yggdrasil and the Demon Soul that was heavily involved in the Cataclysm storyline. We'll see more to that later on. We also heard about the Ironforged Dwarves lining up. There's some pretty cool stuff here, and of course we mentioned that the Gul'dan races the Tomb of Sargeras from the Sea. Goes in there and gets slayed, and you can get the whole storyline for that in the in Warcraft 3, the Frozen Throne campaign for the Night Elves. That's the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed this little tidbit at the end there. It was a bit long, but it's a nice lore dump if you kind of want to get into the storyline. That's a pretty cool story. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I'll see you guys next time for more Leveling Legacy. Bye bye.